So in this segment, we're going to be talking about the UK finally implementing a travel ban on people from South America and Portugal. The Portugal one's a bit strange, I can't lie, but yeah, let's dig into the articles and we'll discuss it further. So, travellers from South America are no longer allowed to come into the UK amid fears over a new coronavirus variant first identified in Brazil. The UK's new travel ban, which also applies to Portugal and Cape Verde, came into force 4 a.m. GMT on Friday. Like variants discovered in the UK and South Africa, it's thought the Brazil variant could be more contagious. There's two variants in Brazil, and we'll be talking about that in a minute. However, she said this was not the variant of concern, which is thought to be more infectious. So, the one that's actually in the UK right now from Brazil is thought to be less contagious, but that's yet to be seen. We still need more information on it. Professor Barclay, head of G2P UK National Virology Consortium, which is studying the effects of emerging coronavirus mutations, said there are two different types of the Brazilian variants, and one of them has been detected and one of them has not. She added the new Brazilian variant of concern that was picked up in travellers going to Japan has not been detected in the UK. So, shouts out to Japan. They actually, caught this, and so they managed to warn the rest of us, so it's up to us to listen. So the UK's been mulling this for I think 1 or 2 days. I don't understand why. Since you hear there's a new variant that's been confirmed, you should go into lockdown. And we've known for a few days now. I think almost a week that we've known. So I don't understand why this country's always dithering and delaying, as Boris Johnson would say. Testing still hasn't. They're not. You don't need a negative test to get into the UK till Monday. That was meant to happen today, but that's been delayed because the UK haven't got their act together. You've got Keir Starmer accusing the government of leaving a gap in our defences after testing rules for England arrivals delayed. Other countries have been doing this for months. Yet again, we've got a prime minister and a government that's late. And that's absolutely correct. Why is it taking them almost a year to come up with this policy that other countries have come up with, which is you need a negative test. You need a negative test to come into the country. Or other countries have done it, so you have to quarantine in certain facilities, certain, like hotels and things like that, in order to come into the country. That's what other countries have done, and they've been successful in doing it. But the UK are like, nah, bro. And we've got Laura Kunzberg. We'll go back to talking to her in a minute, because this embarrassing tweet here, government announcement on travel from Brazil and other countries in South Africa coming soon. Why are you telling us this? Why are you getting involved here? It doesn't make sense. This doesn't concern you. This article does not concern you. Here, she is defending the government, and you've got Priti Patel saying, play your part in the fight against COVID. Maybe you should tell your boss, Boris Johnson, to play his part in the fight against COVID, because he's not doing a very good job, is he? We've got another story about her coming out tomorrow, hopefully, so stay tuned for that. So, COVID Brazilian variant sparks South America travel ban. So a ban on travellers to the UK from South America, Portugal and Cape Verde will begin on Friday due to the new variant, blah, blah, blah. British and Irish citizens coming back from the UK still can come back, but they must isolate for 10 days, even though the World Health Organization say you're meant to quarantine 14 days after showing symptoms, after you stop showing symptoms. So I don't understand why the UK want to be different and say 10 days or 7 days or whatever. We're always changing our mind. We've got a multitude of countries here: Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, French, I'm not sure what that is, Guyana, Paraguay, Peru, Suriname, Uruguay, Venezuela in the last 10 days. So if you've been to those countries, then chances are you might not be able to make it to the UK, or you're going to have to quarantine. So keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out on the government information pages, despite them being infinitely slow. So we keep going. So the Brazil virus already in the UK, not the variant of concern. So I would still be concerned, but they're saying that this isn't the mega contagious one. So we've got very lucky here, incredibly lucky, because we could have easily gotten the contagious one. And if we actually look at when the virus was detected, so the virus was first the variant was first detected by the National Institute of Infectious Diseases, the NIID, in Japan on the 6th of January. So on the 6th of January, it looks like Japan, or at least on the 7th of January, Japan must have put a warning out, saying that there's a new variant coming from Brazil. Watch out. And it's only taken us, let's have a look here. Let's see. So, say on the 7th, Japan be generous, about a week and a day to actually do anything. It's pretty embarrassing, don't you think? And we know that the South Africa variant has done massive damage to the UK. At least that's what the government keeps saying. We're in chaos because of a new variant. We know that's not the whole picture. We know there's other problems because they've, because of Christmas and the lockdowns not being as aggressive or as timed as they should have been. Us going into lockdown when we should have gone into lockdown in October instead of November. The government letting the cat out of the bag, or the horses bolt, and then just wondering where the horses are gone, locking the doors and being like, yo, they're going to come back, right? That's this government. So about a week and a day for them to actually lock down from, Latin America after signs of the new variant, and the only reason I believe this case was found was because Japan are doing testing at airports. That's the only reason we know about this. If Japan hadn't caught on to this, and we would have another new variant, another new very contagious new variant inside the UK, and our numbers would have spiked yet again. So this is the government getting incredibly lucky here, avoiding a very harsh new strand of this virus, or new variant of this virus. And you've got Cooper here saying even today still no testing requirement on UK residents travelling from home, from Brazil, Portugal, etc., either pre-travel or on travel or on arrival before they get to a tube or train back home from airport. Government delays in sorting proper quarantine testing centres are irresponsible. So basically, even if you're coming back from Brazil or Portugal, you don't actually need to show that you've tested negative, or there won't be any tests in place to tell you at the airport if you tested negative. So if you've come home, say today, tomorrow, or Sunday even, you can literally go home. No one's going to check on you. That's what's going to happen here. That's the situation right now. Mandatory pre-travel testing delayed until Monday because the government didn't have the guidelines ready in time, despite the fact that other countries do this. Meanwhile, the UK doesn't have tests on arrival and doesn't check the majority of passengers' quarantine arrangements. So they don't even know if these people are quarantining, who they're quarantining with, etc. So, do you live alone and you're quarantining, or, do you live with your family? Are your family going to quarantine? Where are they quarantining? What's going on here? The government have no idea. Significant that Brazil variant was identified in Japan in the first place because of airport quarantine testing on people arriving. And that's the point here, that Japan detected this because they're actually testing people at airports, getting people to quarantine. We have none of these measures in place, and that's why Japan have not suffered anywhere near as the UK have, despite having a lot more population density. If you think of how dense a city like Tokyo is, it's insane. It's far worse than London, I believe. And so, the Japan have dealt with this far better than we have because they put the measures in place to deal with it. Their economy has not taken a bigger hit as we have because they put the measures in place. Given the current risks from more new variants and UK genomic expertise, surely UK testing arrivals too would help global response as well as stopping the UK spread. I mean, yeah, but they ain't going to do that, are they? So, if we talk about what happened with South Africa, the government did a travel ban from South Africa on the 24th of December. It took them a while to do that. On the 18th of December, national authorities in South Africa announced the detection of a new variant. So it took them, let's do the maths again, right? So we go to December. So they knew from the 18th it was announced that there's a new variant. So how many days until Christmas Eve? Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Took them less than a week, just under a week, to announce a travel ban from these countries. And we knew, if you look at the COVID rates in the UK, the damage the new variant did was insanely high. The government put a lot of blame on the new variant for a lot of the troubles we had with the second wave, which is ultimately not correct because of the lockdown measures and things like that. But you got to think that if the UK government's narrative is we were doing fine and the new variant hit, surely you would do everything you can to stop any new variants coming in to the UK. But no, they didn't, and that shows you that they weren't concerned about a new variant coming in because they had failed before that. They had failed in terms of containing the coronavirus in the first place. They failed in containing the new virus from South Africa, and they'll probably fail dealing with this new variant as well because they haven't put the measures in place to deal with it. And this government have no idea what they're doing. You can still get into this country without being tested, without proving you're COVID negative. And so when people like Priti Patel talk about play your part against the virus, tell your government to do it. And go back to the Laura Kuenssberg tweet. Why are you getting involved here? This is client journalism again here, and we go to probably one of my favourite tweets from Laura Kuenssberg, which is the infamous Dominic Cummings to Barnard Castle tweet, Barnard trip, where he said Boris Johnson's top aide. This is from Pippa. I'm not sure how you pronounce the second name. Boris Johnson's top aide Dominic Cummings was investigated by police after breaking into the government's own coronavirus lockdown, breaking the rules within literally about just over half an hour. Source says trip was within guidelines as Cummings went to stay with his parents. So within half an hour, she managed to get a story. So whatever happens here, she's always going to defend the government no matter what. So, it should come as a surprise to no one that she's a joke. And, one of the reasons we're in this mess is because we have quote-unquote journalists like her. And so here, government dithers and delays. but actually finally puts in a travel ban on Brazil and South America, sorry, and also Portugal and Cape Verde. So yeah, better late than never. Lol. They really need to get their acts together, because if it wasn't for Japan, would be in a much bigger, worse situation than now. So shouts out to Japan for actually doing, the government actually doing their job properly, actually looking after people when it comes to coronavirus. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.